You just heard some amazing talks from Ben Berry, and then Linus got on stage for a quick transition, and now I am back with Matty Shimura, and he is the executive producer of AI Film and TV at Project Odyssey, and he's bringing AI to Hollywood, one scene at a time. Matty, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Aaliyah.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for our conversation today. So we're going to jump right into it. You spent nearly 2 decades in storytelling, right? Your work has touched Meta, C-SPAN, Conf, Tribeca, and now you're building the largest AI film competition in the world. That's a journey. If the younger you, camera in one hand, big dream in the other, could see you now, what do you think he'd say?
Great question, Aaliyah. I think if I had to speak to my younger self, I would say don't do anything differently. I think it's, people think of like, oh, I could have started AI so much earlier, or they have these FOMO regrets. But I think being able to have that traditional experience, being able to work on many of these projects, be on set, be able to do the editing myself, be able to, work with the film recorded tape where you had to rewind it.
Oh, they might not know about that.
I might be dating myself
before
a
your
little
time, people. Yeah.
But I think all of those experiences helped develop my eye, helped develop, my style.
Yeah.
And I'd say there's something wonderful about those processes where I don't want to forget that, as even though I'm moving towards this new medium and many artists are feeling that same transition period, I think it's that past experience that makes it so wonderful, where you can put it in perspective.
I love that. I wouldn't do anything differently. I think that's a beautiful person who has extracted things from the lessons along the way. So thank you for dropping that gem. And Project Odyssey is huge, right? Let's just be honest. But beyond the scale, it feels very personal. So it's not just about AI and film, it's about who gets to create to you. That's what it sounds like, right? So where did that mission come from for you?
So for me, it was having to reinvent myself. I was in VR and 360 video, and in this transitionary period to, of course, having film experience, but not working with AI before. So I had to think about how do I get started. And it was really thanks to the open source AI film and video community where they volunteered their time to help me get Stable Diffusion set up on my laptop, to help me troubleshoot my workflows, to answer my questions, and they never asked for anything in return. They never said, hey, we're going to charge you $50 an hour for teaching. It was just because of the goodness out of their heart and because someone had helped them in a similar way. And so I wanted to be able to, with Project Odyssey, bridge that gap. Project is the more tech side, Odyssey is the more storytelling one.
I like that.
To be able to see there's so many talented people in filmmaking who often don't get to share their ideas, who are left out of the conversation. So how could we not only give them a seat at the table, but rather maybe build a new table? And so trying to give back to the people who helped me. Maybe it's someone else's first time to make an AI film or use one of these tools. So that's been really nice to be able to even though I'm less hands-on with the creative element, I still feel like I play a little part in each one of those films, and it makes me really I feel like a proud papa seeing
Love that. And I guess cheers to building a new table. That's beautiful. Okay, now moment of truth. When you're not producing cinematic epics or leading the charge on future-forward storytelling, right? What's something super non-glamorous that grounds you? Like, what's your "this keeps me sane" ritual?
So for me, I think that's mountain biking.
You're a mountain biker. I didn't see that coming.
Because you really have to pay attention. And in my day-to-day, I'm on 5 different messaging apps. I'm always answering emails. I'm always chronically online. So it's nice to be able to zone all of that out and be able to just have that dedicated time to myself and enjoying nature and not having to focus on if I'm getting a message or something. So
you get out of the digital world a little bit into the real world of mountain biking.
And you really have to focus, because if you don't, then
you
could hit a tree and
I love that
scrape
one.
your knee or something.
I think that is a good one. That's a great. We haven't heard that yet, Maddie. So that is a beautiful one. I might have to try that. Okay, now a lot of creatives, especially the ones just starting, feel like they have to choose between making it and having a life, right? Do you think that balance is a myth, or have you found a way to build a life within the work?
I think it's hard because sometimes you want to do what you love for work, but then it becomes all-consuming. It takes some of the joy out of it.
Yeah.
I think when you're thinking about any job, it's useful to frame it as what skills do you want to grow or how do you want to develop, and thinking about yourself as a product in a way. What can you uniquely do? What is that special thing that you're bringing to it? And there's this Japanese concept called ikigai of what you are good at, what the world needs, what you can get paid for, and maybe what gives you meaning. And ikigai being the balance of all that. And that can change day to day, week to week, job to job. But I think it's important to center yourself in all of that.
I love that one. I love that one. Maddie is dropping gems. All right, Maddie, we're going to do our speed round rapid fire, okay? So you just pick one. Don't think too much about it, okay? Writing the story or directing the vision?
Directing the vision.
Tell me why in one sentence.
Because being able to have more creative influence.
Okay. Raw doc footage or hyper stylized AI scene?
Doc footage.
Doc footage? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Premiere at Con or viral on TikTok?
Premiere at Con.
Okay.
That'd
Why?
Be nice. I think it adds legitimacy to what you're doing. Of course, both realms are important, but I think we need to talk to some of those legacy players.
Yeah. Hopefully Con is watching right now so they can hear that. All right. Tell your story first or amplify someone else's?
Amplify someone else's.
Tell me why.
Going back to some of the mission of the project, I think I want to show that there are so many talented people that are putting love and craft and so much effort into these projects where it's often discounted. They think that AI filmmaking is this black box. It's just point and click, but people are putting hundreds of hours and their personal stories into this. So I think being able to spotlight
Love that.
All that's going into it.
And Maddie, you're obviously one of those people pouring into people. So thank you so much. This has been really, really rich. I'm excited that we had this conversation. And this has been a masterclass and a vibe, and I hope you guys feel the same out there. So Maddie, for the filmmakers, for the creatives, for the wide-eyed dreamers listening in, what's one thing you want them to know about creating something meaningful in today's world?
I would say my message would be, with everything being so synthetic and virtual already, even without AI, I think it's that human element. It's that people, it's the warmth and the empathy that audiences, other creators, that's what's going to resonate. So I would hope that you can lean into that.
Yeah, okay, that was good. Thank you so much for our conversation today. I hope you guys took some notes. Those are great gems. Now, we are going to go on a lunch break, so I hope that if you're watching at home, at the office, in the corner of the coffee shop, you go ahead, take a lunch, hydrate, and we'll be back after this break. See you soon.
Thank you.